Hi everyone. I hope that I'm audible to every one of you. Please give me a thumbs up if I'm audible and visible to you guys. Okay, so let's start with today's video. Today's video is basically about a new series that we are going to launch on a new channel, which is GFG 9th and 10th channel. So we'll be creating the GFG 9th and 10th channel, and you'll get the link in the description. So you have to just go and subscribe over there. So this is just an introduction video on GFG school, and I will be covering the topics that I will be going to cover in GFG on GFG 9th and 10th channel, and I will be covering physics, like only physics over there. So today I'll be telling you what all I'm going to cover in 9th physics, and later on you will understand, you will also get a video to know what all we are going to cover in 10th physics. So if you have any doubts, you can put in the comment section. I'll be answering them, and I'll be starting today's video by today, a presentation. So just give me a second. I will start a presentation. Okay, so you guys are able to see my screen? Okay, so now I'll be just telling you what all I'm going to cover. So this is 9th physics, and the syllabus will run according to the syllabus of NCERT, and we'll be having live stream every Monday 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel. So we will be having a 9th and 10th specific channel, so you have to go and subscribe on that channel. You will be getting the videos from next Monday on that channel only, not on this GFG school channel. Okay, so I'll be telling you what all I'm going to cover in 9th section first, and later on I'll come up with a video in which I'll be telling what all I'm going to cover up in 10th section, and the 10th section will also be based on NCERT only. Okay, so the very first topic that we have in 9th physics part is motion, and we'll be starting with describing the motion, what is motion, and distance and displacement. Basically सबसे पहले I'll describe what is the difference between them and what is motion, movement, like with the help of position also I'll describe, and then I'll describe motion along a straight line. So along a straight line we have motion, and we'll be describing that. So उसमें भी we have two things, one is displacement and one is distance, so we have some difference in that, so we'll be covering that. Then we'll be seeing uniform and non-uniform motion. So what is uniform motion and what is non-uniform motion, some examples and some activities also. Throughout the session, with every topic we will be having activities. As you can see in your books, you have activities and experiments which helps you to get a better knowledge or better understanding of a concept. So we'll be covering the activities also, and we'll also be covering the numerical problems, because that are also very important, and it helps us to just improve the understanding of a concept. So I'll be covering that also. And the next topic will be speed and velocity. So the rate of change of distance or displacement, like some of you might know about it. So speed and velocity, what is the speed, what is velocity, and what is the difference between them, and some examples, some activities, and again some questions, of course, because that is important. Without that you will not just be able to clear all the concepts, right? So and then we'll be doing graphical representation of motion. So you guys know that this is a very interesting topic, and many times in schools and in Olympiads and many other competitions you get questions regarding this, you get many questions which are based on graphical representation of motion. So because people use, like students usually get confused with the graphical representation, and when you have to calculate things, a graph is given and you have to calculate things, so it gets difficult for students when they have to answer with the help of a graph. So we'll be doing many questions regarding this, and then we'll be seeing equations of motions by graphical method. So you guys know that we have three equations of motion, so we'll be seeing that three equations of motions, and then how we can mathematically model them by help of a graphical methods. So by help of graphs we'll be seeing how we can come up with the equations of motion, so how we can mathematically model them. Okay, we'll be seeing that, and we'll also be seeing some questions and numerical problems in that section. And the next topic will be uniform circular motion, which will be the last topic of motion section. So we will be having a uniform circular motion. Non-uniform circular motion is not in your syllabus, so we're not going to cover that. So we are going to cover all the topics which are in syllabus, and which have we'll be doing many numerical problems and graphical questions and activities, like experiments and activities which you see in your books, which helps you to get a better understanding. So we'll be covering all of that. And yeah, of course, we'll be covering Olympiad questions and other things that I'm going to tell you that things later on. So what all extra things that we are going to cover, I'll tell that later on. Okay, so yeah. So next the next topic in physics in ninth class is force and laws of motions. So we are going to cover this topic next, and in this lesson we will be having, so we'll be going lesson by lesson. And in this lesson, first we will be having force, which has push and pull, the basic thing, and then force, and then we'll see balanced and unbalanced force. So you guys know that we have a balanced force, that's why we can stand on this earth surface, or we can move even. So there are forces acting in different directions. So we are going to see that which are balanced forces and which are unbalanced forces, all of that. Then we have three laws of motions. We are going to see all of them one by one. So the first we'll see first law of motion. I'm not going to cover the topic over here. We are going to see the topics one by one as we'll start the lecture from next Monday onwards on Geeks for Geeks 9/10th channel. So please see the description box and go and subscribe to that channel, and you will be getting the 9th and 10th content over there only. And I will be covering physics, and you will be getting other topics also later on. So please go and subscribe if you are in ninth class, or if you have any of your cousin or brother or sister in ninth class and they need help in physics or in a particular topic, you can help them by suggesting the channel. So please do that if it is the case. Then nextly we'll see inertia and mass. So what is inertia, what is mass? So it actually helps us to better to understand these laws of motions in a better way. So that's why we are going to see that. And then we'll see second law of motion and its mathematical formulation. Then second law of motion you guys know, and then mathematical equation, the equation we have, we'll see how we are going to do that in a mathematical formulation, like how we are going to basically derive that in a simple way, and you will be able to understand things also easily with the help of that. Then we are going to see third law of motion, and third law of motion every one of you know. And when we'll be doing all these laws of motions, we will be seeing all the activities and the problems which are in each law and topic wise we'll be getting the problems, like we have problems in books. So I'll be covering that problems, and I'll be covering the activities also, because that will help you to understand the topics in a better way. And the last will be the conservation of momentum. So we'll be seeing the mathematical formula and how we are going to get that mathematical formula, and also the numerical problems and other activities which are related to conservation of momentum. So this will be whole second chapter, which is actually in NCERT it is ninth chapter, I guess, but in physics this is the second chapter we have. So we are going to see this. And after this we have a chapter which is gravitation. So we are going to see gravitation after force and laws of motions. So gravitation, you guys know gravity is also a kind of force. That's why we cover after this, like this topic after force. So gravitation is also a sort of force which earth have, like earth have a force which by which it attracts everything on its ground. So we are going to see that gravitation and what is the universal law of gravitation and its importance and how we have come up with this law. We are going to see that also. And then we are going to see free fall. So free fall of a body and the different aspects and different activity which we have in free fall. We are going to see that, and the numerical problems which we have in free fall section. Then we'll be seeing mass and weight. So there is a small difference between mass and weight. We are going to see that also. We are going to see the weight on earth and the weight on moon. So the gravity, because the gravity is different on earth and moon, so we are going to see the weight of a person on earth as well as on moon. So what will be the difference according to gravity? Then we will be seeing thrust and pressure. So we will be seeing like thrust and pressure and also pressure in liquids. So we are going to see all of that. So you guys know that liquid also exerts some pressure, so that is thrust, and you know that the thrust upon area is pressure. This is some like a very basic like knowledge. I'm giving you a very basic knowledge of these things. We'll cover all of that entirely and deeply in our upcoming sessions. So don't just like go by this. This is just a introduction session. That's why I'm telling you very little things about each and everything, and we are going to cover all of this deeply in the lectures, upcoming lectures, which I'll be taking on every Monday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. on Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel. Please go and subscribe Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel, because you will be getting the content over there only. And if you have anyone in your family who is wanting to learn things and like improve themselves for upcoming boards or any olympiads or any competitions, they can learn from here. We'll be covering most of the questions, previous year questions and everything which we can, and we'll be having many tips and tricks. I'll be telling everything at the end of this slide. I have like noted down everything, so you can just see and you can understand that what all I'll cover. So yeah, after thrust and pressure, you know Archimedes principle. So I will see Archimedes principle, and we have a lot of applications of Archimedes principle that also we are going to see in this section. And the last topic in this chapter will be relative density. So we will be seeing the relative density of each and everything with respect to the density of water. So relative density is actually calculated with respect, basically normally with respect to the density of water. So we are going to see relative density of some things, and we'll be having some numerical problems in this section, a relative density section. We'll see that, and if we have any activity. So all the activities which we have in our NCERT, I'll cover most of them because that will help you to get a better understanding, right? So I'll be covering all of that. And after gravitation chapter, we have work and energy. So don't just think that it is a very small chapter, because I have written just 3 topics. Actually each and every topic has a detailed explanation, so we are going to see the detailed explanation also. Okay, so yeah, just give me a second. Yeah, so work, we'll see what we are going to like, what is work actually, and we have different scenarios. Then when the work done is minimum, when the work done is zero, when the work done is maximum. So we are going to see all that scenarios, and we have many activities in this case. Even the work done can be negative, so we are going to even see that. If I'll cover the negative part also, that when the work done is negative actually. So we'll see that also. Then coming up to the energy, so we have a different form of, so first of all we'll see what energy is, and we have different forms of 2 forms of energies, which is kinetic energy and potential energy. So we are going to see both of them, and also the conservation of energy. So we have conservation of energy also. So we are going to see that also in this topic. And the next will be rate of doing work, so which is power, and we are also going to see power now. In the last portion will be power, and we are going to see the energy consumed in our households. What is a commercial unit of energy? So all of that we are going to cover, and yeah, that will be all, I guess. We are going to basically cover each and every chapter from NCRT. So whatever is in NCRT will cover everything, all the activities, all the numerical problems, everything from that. And then next moving to the next, yeah, so the next chapter will be sound. So yeah, so in sound we have production of sound, and then propagation of sound, and then inside propagation of sound we have that sound requires a medium to travel. So we are going to see in which medium sound will travel, in like what speed, what will be the speed of sound in different mediums. And then we'll also see that sound have lateral waves. So sound travel in like longitudinal waves, not in traversal, like normally how light travel and other things travel. So sound doesn't travel in that way. So we are going to see that. And then we are going to see reflection of sound. So in reflection of sound we have echo, we have reverberation, and we have other things also. So we are going to see them deeply, and we are going to see all the activities and the numerical problems which we'll be having in NCRT. So all the topics will be covered from NCRT. So whoever people, like students who are in CBSE and they want to learn like all the physics concept of their science book, their NCRT book, they can just watch all the series of the videos which we are coming up with, and they'll be good to go like with all of this, because we will be covering a lot of things in this series. So please go and subscribe Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel. So there you will be getting videos from next Monday onwards. So the first topic will be covered there, and then the upcoming weeks there will be all the topics will be covered in that, on that channel only. And then we'll see the range of hearing. So we humans have a range of hearing. Then we'll see what is ultrasound, like above the range of hearing is ultrasound. So we'll see ultrasound also. And then we'll see the applications of ultrasound. So there are many applications. You must have studied about sonar system and how bats can like fly at night. So they have that is basically the application, that is basically an application of ultrasound. So we are going to see that. And finally we are going to see the structure of human ear. So how sound waves get inside the human ear, and how humans are able to hear basically. So we are going to see that in the last section of sound. Yeah, so that will be everything that we are going to cover in the last chapter of sound. And then I want you guys to know that we are not just going to cover the theoretical part of NCRT, we are going to cover the theoretical part as well as we'll have the activities discussion. So all the activities which are inside NCRT book, so we are going to discuss all of them. And we'll also be covering the numerical problems. So the numerical problems which are not only just inside NCRT, the numerical problems which are very popular, and the problems which are asked in many Olympiads or many other competitions which students usually the competitions which students register in. So we are going to see all those numerical problems. I'll be segregating that, and we are going to see them. And then we'll be seeing frequently asked questions, what all frequently asked questions we have in different Olympiads and different exams. And we are also going to see in every chapter we have some topics which are basically very important. Like if you'll see every exam pattern, or even if in your school exam pattern, you'll see some of the questions are very common, like they people usually ask them. So we are going to see all of them. and then we are also going to see what is the right approach to answer. So there are many students who just write the answer but they don't get marks, right? So we are going to see that also, that how we can write the answer in a correct way so that we can score the maximum marks. So sometimes in some questions there is a requirement of brief explanation and diagrams and everything, and student doesn't pay attention to those things. They just write the answer, they just write the theoretical thing, or they just solve the numerical and they don't make the diagrams and everything, which like make the things, make the answer more clear. So they don't get good marks in the answer. So we are going to see the right approach, what is the right approach to answer, and at last we are also going to have many tips and tricks. So like along with the upcoming videos which I'll be having, so we also have some tips and tricks while we'll be solving some questions, or regarding specific topic we have many tips and tricks. So I'm also going to cover all those tips and tricks so that it will be easy for you to remember certain things or to answer in any sort of next time whenever you're going to have a whenever you are going to give any exam, or even write exams at your schools and you want to score good marks. So you are going to see all that tips and tricks in the whatever upcoming session I'll be making. So I'll be having a specific section for tips and tricks, so you're going to see that also. So that will be everything I'm going to cover, and not only this, I'll be also covering the questions which are asked in Olympiads. So we'll be covering that also. Yeah. So that will be everything for the ninth section. So we'll also be, I want you guys to know that we will also be covering, yeah, just give me a second. So yeah, we will also be covering everything like the similar things for 10th class. So this is everything for 9th class. So guys, just listen to me carefully, that this right now you are streaming on GFG school channel, and the course which we will be launching, which will be on Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel. So the link will be in the description box below. Just go and subscribe on that channel, and you will be getting the videos every Monday from next week, and I'll be covering all the course for 9th physics, and you will be getting the content for other subjects also later on. And you'll also be getting, so people who are in 10th standard, they'll also get the overview of what all I'm going to cover in the 10th section. So basically that will be also based on NCERT. So yeah, I'll be covering NCERT things for 9th section as well as for 10th section. Okay. So yes. Yeah. So that was all from my side, what we are going to cover and what all we are going to have in our upcoming streams. If you have any question or any doubt regarding the upcoming sessions, you can ask in the comment section, or you can ask, if you want to ask me anything, you can just write in the chat box. I'll answer your questions. So please guys, just remember that this is Geeks for Geeks school channel, and we will be coming up with the live videos from next week on Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel. So please subscribe over there. You will get the content for physics as well as for other subjects in the upcoming weeks. So just go there, and we'll be covering all the syllabus which is based on NCERT for 9th class and for 10th class also. And we'll be covering all the major topics and minor topics also, and what all is required and needed. So please go and subscribe to that channel, and you will have you will know you will learn a lot of things from there, and it's absolutely free, so you can learn everything in free. So see you from next week on Geeks for Geeks 9th and 10th channel with the very first chapter of 9th standard of NCERT. And I hope you will be enjoying the stream, and I'll also enjoy like teaching you guys. So yes, see you next week, and if you have any doubt you can write in the chat section, or you can just, after the video, you can just write in the comment